Welcome to a special Jace Media Music video interview. I am your host, Justin Smollison, proud Jace contributor from across the pond. My guests today are Blummy and Chris Black, the respective founder and new lead singer of the fantastic rock group Midnight Rider. Their new album is Limited Infinity, and it is available worldwide right now from our brilliant friends at Massacre Records. I'm a big fan of both musicians, as you might be able to tell. I know Chris from High Spirits and his many other groups, including Actor. We've covered them here on Jace Media. And I'm a fan of Blummy, who has been leading Metal Lucifer and Metal Inquisitor and several other groups as well. I was so excited when I learned that Chris would be providing lead vocals for Midnight Rider's fourth LP. And I, of course, wanted to speak with him. And this interview is special because even though Chris and I have spoken several times, this is the first time where he won't be the only interviewee. So Blummy joined us and we were able to get a nice international collective on this interview. I'm so excited. Let's get to it. Jace Media Music audiences worldwide, please welcome Chris Black and Blummy of Midnight Rider. All right, I am super excited to be joined by Chris Black and Mr. Blummy. As you can see, I'm a big fan of both of them individually. High Spirits, Metal Inquisitor, worlds colliding, and now they are members of Midnight Rider. This was Blummy's band already, and he just brought Chris on as a singer recently, and the new album is Limited Infinity. It's on Massacre Records. It's fantastic. I was so excited to see that Chris had joined yet another group. So that part's always happy time for me. So how are you both?
Good.
Yeah?
Good, yeah. Looking forward to having this album finally released where everybody can hear the entire thing.
Yeah.
It's very common to release the preview single, 2 months in advance, and then another single, 1 month
Right
before the album release. And it's sometimes I wonder whether people are going to remember to actually buy the album when it finally is actually released. So that's always a good feeling to reach that point.
Right. Well, that's why we're doing this. We want to keep you on the radar. We want to whet the appetite of the audience. The album's coming out in June, or it just came out last week?
Oh, it's coming out on Friday, and this coming Friday.
Okay, great.
It's postponed 1-2 weeks. So
yeah. Okay, so I guess that would be June 5th.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay,
yeah.
So the album's coming out June 5th. Blummy, it's been a long time since Midnight Riders had an album. What went into the making of this album for you?
Yeah. Also, it's 5 years ago, So
yeah,
by my normal rhythm, I think 5 years to have another album. So yeah, well, it's I'm really lucky that this album is now here. You can see there.
There it is. Nice.
Yeah, I'm really happy that this came true because 2 years ago I was really a little bit down because some members have left and finally our singer has quit. So then I was thinking about what to do. Should I go on or not, or give it up? And I don't know. And a friend of mine, Costa Stoyas, he's the father of Metal Lucifer, more or less. He has this small record company, Iron Pegasus Records.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked him, what should I do? I don't know what should I go on. And then he said to me, do you know what German bands do if they got troubles with their singer? I said, and I don't know. You watch out to USA or to to England to look for English. Okay, all right. Yeah, Accept or Steeler, these bands. Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, and he said, "Do you know an English speaking singer?" And me, yes, I think only one from that I know from. So it's Chris from High Spirits.
Yeah.
Ask him. I said, I don't know if he has got time for this, and. Okay, I asked him. I've got nothing to lose.
Chris is a busy man. He's very busy. He's got a
of
lot of
course.
groups.
Yeah,
He
sure.
works, and he does all the instruments for High Spirits. He plays all the music. So in the studio, at least. So,
Yeah.
so
We
it
got this in common. We are both really hardworking guys, so
Yeah.
that's we are similar in this way.
Yes.
So, and I was really astonished that he said yes, and oh, okay, well, okay, let's go. So,
Here we go. Yeah.
yeah,
and here we are now.
excellent. And so we were saying before we were rolling, you two knew each other a little bit from 20 years prior, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, you met here in the U.S.
Yes.
We met when Metal Lucifer came for the first time to the U.S. 2003. It was May or June, something like this, 2003. And yeah, like Bloomy said, my former band Superchrist, we got to open the shows. I think Metal Lucifer did 4 or 5 shows, something like this, and Superchrist played on 2. We played in Chicago and we played in Milwaukee, and this was kind of our for that band, that was like the biggest shot that we had to that point as a band. That was like the big time for us to be able to be the support band for Metal Lucifer, who were, you know, since 1998 or something. Like, these were some of my biggest, you know, underground heroes,
Right.
you know, big influence to me. So I remember we begged and begged and begged. Promoter, the guy who was responsible for bringing Metal Lucifer over, a guy named Stan, from RIP Records, and I remember I just bothered him and begged him and nagged him and just kept saying, you gotta let us play with Metal Lucifer. You know, we worship Metal Lucifer. And finally, he broke and said, yes, okay, you can play. And we did, and yeah, that was the weekend that we met each other. Also, Stefan Huskins from Disaster was the drummer in that lineup. And of course, the Japanese members, Giesel, we're still in touch with. So in some ways, that weekend with Superchrist playing with Metal Lucifer, for me, I can look back to that point in time and see, you know, see the consequences, you know, the results,
Yeah.
the reverberate, like, there's a good word, the reverberation
The domino effect.
of that here more than 20 years later, that is still having its effect. So that was, you know, that's a pretty cool thing to look back on. And then we met again. We actually played together in 2014.
Oh, let me tell us
Yeah.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah, 2014, there was a second appearance in the USA of Metal Lucifer, and he was a bass player. You're playing bass?
Yeah, hello.
So, no. I remember in 2014, I've had a operation.
Yeah, and you're
And there was really not a really bad condition, and it's, but so I remember some parts of this journey.
but you got to fly business class.
Yeah, right. Yes, I was not in a good condition, so they put me in the Lufthansa in the first class, and it was nice.
Yeah.
So, Chris, you get the call from Blummy. He says, "Do you want to sing on the new record?" And was it last fall that you were doing it?
Oof. When was it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like this.
Yeah. So you already had things juggling.
I think it was, I think it was 2004 when he asked me. Yeah, it was the fall of 2004.
2004.
Yeah, because I was actually singing in like the summer of not 2004, 2024.
Thank
Sorry.
you.
Coffee becoming effective. 24. Time, what is time? It was summer of 25 that I was singing. Yes. So
Right.
it was,
Yeah.
yeah.
1 year ago.
So you had, because I remember, because we talk, just to cue everybody in, for those who don't know, Chris and I talk once, maybe more than once a year, and because he's always got something going on. A lot of times it's with High Spirits, but sometimes it's with another project like Actor. And so at that point, I think High Spirits, you were hitting the road or getting ready to hit the road.
Yeah.
And then you had the Actor album where you do the vocals. So this is kind of a similar situation to Actor, where you're just doing the vocals. You're not the writer this time.
No.
But you're working with Blummy and getting a little bit of input from him, and I'm sure you're giving some back as opposed to where certain things can happen. Was it just a very natural experience for you?
It was. Blummy made it very easy for me because he had already written the lyrics and the vocal melodies for the songs. And so this is in the songwriting, this is a big, big piece of the work. And so the fact that this was already done and done in a good way, in a proper way, this was one of the reasons I was able to say yes to doing the project. When I got the email originally, my first reaction was, of course, I would love to do this, but I need to think on a practical level whether this is something realistic for me, because I don't want to waste my time. I definitely don't want to waste the band's time.
Sure.
If I say, yes, I'll do it, and then it doesn't work out. That's the worst. That has happened to me once before, where I agreed to do a project. Everything seemed good, and then when I actually started to work, I realized, no, this is not the right fit. And this was a terrible feeling. To have to go back to that band and say, I'm sorry, but I have changed my mind. I really did not want that to happen with Midnight Rider. So I took some time to think. And again, the fact that I was presented with all of the lyrics and everything I needed, that work was already done. That made it a lot easier to say yes, I can do this.
Excellent.
I loved the songs. I'm a fan of the band. I'm a fan of Blummy's work with Metal Inquisitor, Metal Lucifer. Again, we had met and collaborated a little bit already. So those pieces were already in place. And when you add the fact that the lyrics and the songs were already so much developed, it was after thinking about it, I was, it was a pretty easy choice to say yes, and say yes with the feeling that it was going to work out. It wasn't going to, collapse somewhere in the middle. And another thing that was nice was he told me, change whatever you want. Use this as a starting place, and I had kind of free license to adjust, maybe some words here and there for grammar or just for artistic reasons, and then also I don't remember. I know the title track. I did some changes with the pre-chorus, and I think in the Battle of Brighton, maybe I rewrote some lines. Blummy probably remembers better than I do, where I put the most changes, but I would say 80 to 90% was what you had written. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, yes, I like this. Yeah. So, but it's a natural thing that English speaking man can. What should I say? I'm German, so I don't know English. So yeah,
that's great. And so when you were hearing what Chris was sending back to you, you were feeling good and strong about the album, right? You had a positive feeling about it.
Yes, yeah. So from the beginning, I was thinking about his voice, and I was talking to my wife and said, "Oh, here, listen, it's Chris Black and High Spirits. Do you think this voice could be a match to Midnight Rider?" And she's, "Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
It's a different voice than Wayne before had, yeah."
Sure.
So, and then I recognized on some songs he fit much even better than Wayne. Okay, Wayne was great, my friend, but it was more. Yeah, like for example, Dark Shadows is the very last song, and the band says, "Oh, this song is really a match to Chris. This is his song, yeah, like this."
Yeah.
Even Battle of Brighton, it's for your voice, it's perfect. Yeah,
Yeah, that was my favorite right away.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
That was immediately my favorite song and still is.
Why don't we?
Battle of Brighton. Yeah.
I'm leaving a note for my future self to play a clip of that while we're talking right now,
Cool.
just so give the audience a little cue right there. And so yeah, because Chris's voice is very, and I mean this as a compliment to you because I'm a fan of your voice. It's very clean.
It
You've got
is.
a nice clean voice.
Now
And
it is.
N-
Yeah.
Now it is. I've heard some of the back catalog, maybe not as much there, but in High Spirits especially, very clean.
Yes.
And I think that's really cool because when I listen to it, I can imagine a garage rock band or a garage metal band in their actual garages playing this music, but you need a clean singer or else it's not gonna work as well.
Yeah.
And I really love what you brought to it, and I thought it was really cool, and at times even a little bit psychedelic, like on the title track. That part, that song is such a standout because it really does capture the best of both of you in a lot of ways.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we worked a lot on that one.
Oh yeah,
The title track.
yeah.
Every album there is always one song. Every album recording project there is always one song that is like far more difficult than any other song, and it was that one, right?
yeah.
Well, that's got layers. That's got layers of guitars. It's got layers of depth in the lyrics. So tell us what made it so not challenging in a bad way, but what's so complex about it?
It's very old, right, Blumi?
Yeah, I've had this idea since I don't know, since 2000, 2002. To my mind, it should have been a Metal Inquisitor song, but it's just too soft. Yeah, but also 20 years ago, a friend of mine said, "Oh, there's a nice melody, the vocals and but it's not metal, And what should I do with the song? Keep it in mind for maybe someday you will use it." So
Right.
yeah, and Chris, he's singing exactly this melody, which I got since it's 20 years in my mind. So it's it's a very nice, it's a strong song to me.
Yeah, we got there. That was a difficult one. I remember, there was some back and forth, how about now? And it was the verses. Everything else was okay. It was the second verse maybe. And, I would say, how about now? And Blumi says, almost. Try again. Okay, I try
The
again.
melody, there are so many tones. It's really easy to sing, yeah.
No, and I remember you saying, just change it. It's okay, you can change it. And I said, no, the melody is perfect. I want to get it like this. And this was before I knew that you were living with this song for so long. And I'm glad we did it the hard way. And we got it right.
Yeah. And then you've got another one of the singles. The early single, I believe, was Renegade.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that one's just like we were saying, like a good old time garage rocker right there.
Yeah. Kind of like it's almost like, well, maybe I shouldn't say it, but I will. It's almost like a boogie song, kind of.
Yeah.
Like the Saxon, the Saxon bar boogie style of riff.
Right.
Yeah.
I could see it originally being a Commodore's song that you retooled. Yeah. Chloe, tell us about Renegade.
Yeah, it's I don't know. To me, it's somehow a difficult version of a Victim of Changes from Judas Priest.
Okay.
So, this riffing is so. It was just a sound check riffing, and then the drummer at this time said to me, "Oh, that's a nice riff. What's this?" I don't know. I just play some stupid things on E. Yeah, like I don't know. That's good riff. Yeah, and so the most easiest riff there, it's there. They hit it, and so this. It became to this main riff in this song, yeah. And I thought about, Victim of Changes is the same style, so and then to me this song is pure Judas Priest from the 70s.
Okay.
So,
Excellent. Now, Blumi, are you in your home or do you own a guitar shop and trying to show off? What's going on behind you?
I'm in the cellar of my house.
Oh, okay.
In the basement. I don't know this. This is my guitars when I don't know what to what to do. Then downstairs here and play guitar.
You have to play a certain guitar to get this sort of guitar tone, right? I'm not big on gear and tone, but you can tell that there's an obvious selection.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you want to tell everybody what you're playing?
So about this guitar,
About the guitar for the album.
Yeah. So I've used this Gibson Custom Shop Gold Top there, and this is my most expensive guitar. And but I made an experience. This guitar has too much output, and it's so good sounding, but too good. And so then I used this Maybach SG, and these two guitars you can hear on this album. So yeah, and of course old Marshall M from it's a Plexi from 71 or like this. Yeah. So these kind of amps, this combination, it's the best.
Excellent. Chris, you use those ever? Just generally.
Yeah, I have a Gibson SG as my main guitar for rhythm, and then I have a cheap. Actually, everything in it's cheap except the pickups that have the phone Les Paul that I use for solos. But I only bought them because they're black. I don't.
You like the color, and the rest of it just works.
Yeah, I mean, it's black, and I'm also a left-handed guitar player. So back, I don't know, 20 years ago when I bought them, it's like, oh, finally, there's a cool-looking black guitar that's left-handed that I can kind of play. So I'll take it.
That's cool. And do you, because if you're doing the vocals, I have to assume you have a nice selection of mics, right, Chris?
No, I have my vocal mic. I have a vocal mic that I use for live, which is a Shure SM58, very generic. You see it on almost every club stage that you go to. No, and actually the podcast mic, that kind of longer, this one.
Yeah.
You're thinking of as the podcast
the one,
mic? Yeah, this is a Shure 7B, and that's what I use in the studio for my vocals.
Oh wow! So you keep it concise.
I keep it consistent because when I start to experiment, I often find that what I was doing was good enough, and that happens a lot with songwriting too. I mean, we have these digital workstations where you can always hit Control Z. You can always undo something. If you don't like it, or if you made a mistake, or whatever, or if you just want to try something 99 different ways. And it happens to me sometimes that, okay, I have this part, let's try it, maybe I'll try it, no, maybe it's, and then I do 50 more takes and you say, you know what, I had it right the first time.
Right.
So I take that approach with the technical side too. If it sounds good and it's manageable and it's reliable, then I tend to stick with it.
All right, excellent. And so I guess one of the big questions on a lot of people's minds, especially mine, would be, will Midnight Rider be playing any live shows? I think it's too late probably for 2026, but are you looking toward 2027?
You first.
Okay. So I don't know. Yeah, it's some people ask me in Germany, oh, you do live shows and you come here to our festival and play, and I said, yeah, sure, but you're a busy man, Chris. Yeah, and then it's about the cost. They have to bring it here to Germany just for one show and these things, and
right.
I don't know. It's if not, then I'm fine with that. We don't play live, yeah, so it's okay. But we will see.
Yeah. I think what we need to really kind of analyze the concept would be a specific offer. I think if a specific festival or a promoter was to come to us and say, hey, we want to have Midnight Rider, this is the date, this is the budget,
right?
Can you make it happen? I think then we would be able to sit down and say, okay, is this realistic? Should we, do we want to go for it, and kind of test the whole concept? Because to talk about it to talk about it as a theory is very different than to talk about it as reality.
Right.
As a theory, I would love to do it. I think it would be fun. I think it would be a lot of fun, and I think the band, this lineup, I think this particular Midnight Rider lineup would be a kick-ass live band. I think we would do a great show. So again, that's the theory. Then there's the practical side, which Bloomy talked about, which involves cost, which involves time, a way of rehearsing enough before we go on stage. These are all things that can be done with the right amount of planning and the right budget. But I think until we have a specific scenario to consider, that we can only give this kind of theoretical answer.
Right. Okay.
Short answer is yes. I would.
Short answer is yes. You would. Yeah.
And the other part I should say is that I'm also, and Bloomy knows this. I am fine if they decide to find a singer closer to home, so that they can do some more casual gigs or maybe a little tour. If that's the solution they want, then I'm fine with that.
Right.
But we'll see.
Right. And you're saying that just so they can carry out the mission, not because of any other,
of course,
any other reason.
The mission depends on Bloomy. The mission doesn't depend on me.
Right.
But if he wants me to be part of the mission, I'm ready.
Gotcha. And Bloomy, I just want to. So you're fans of each other, and Chris, have you had a chance to meet the rest of the band?
No, I wish. I would like to. I would like to.
So maybe that's coming up down the line. And I do this every time when or at least for the last year. I'm just gonna give you a little. You got that guy right there at the mic, and you might have something really, really special happening. Chris, you remember that show?
I do. That was a good one.
Yeah. I was able to cross High Spirits off my bucket list right there because it was very fortuitous that I was in the right place at the right time right there.
Yeah, and you got a good show too.
It was tremendous. So who knows? Maybe Midnight Rider comes to Reggie's in Chicago for Legions of Metal, and then we get High Spirits and Midnight Rider. What do you think, Chris?
That could be cool. Well, they would have to be on different days because my voice is not
fair.
I don't have the Dream Theater voice where I can sing for 8 hours straight.
Right.
You know, I have about, if I'm very prepared and very well conditioned, I can go for 75 minutes, but that's with a lot of, training and a little bit of luck. But I'm always good for, 45 minutes.
And I've said it before, when Chris sings, when his delivery, it's almost as if he's like, oh, I just thought of it. His hand motions are as if I just thought of this great idea and this great lyric. Let me tell you about it like this. He does that, and it's so entertaining, and I mean it only as a compliment because it keeps me engaged because I was right up front, and you do that, and I'm like, oh my, he's saying it as if he's improvising, but I know he's not. And the guy in front of me knew every single lyric, so there was no way you were making any of it up.
I was just following that guy. He was my prompt. He was my teleprompter.
He's your teleprompter guy. Yeah, that'd be great.
He comes to every show, so I can remember the lyrics.
There you go.
We'll have to teach him the Midnight Rider lyrics next.
Yeah, obviously. Well, that was really what I think this is all driving toward. Is do you think that fans of, okay, let's put it this way, the built-in Midnight Rider audience, the built-in Blummy and all of his projects audience, and the built-in Chris Black audiences, you think that this can effectively bring them all together for what might, for many of them, be a new experience, a new band?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
So I think it's in Germany. I have experienced Midnight Rider. It's we have got some problems on some festivals as we have had a live experience, and they are much more into speed metal, traditional metal, where it's fast and hard. And
Yeah.
then when we come on stage, then okay, all right,
Okay.
more soft, yeah. So it's a challenge when you appear live, of if people like this kind of stuff, yeah.
Yeah, more Sabbath driven.
Yeah.
That's really what you're going for. I think you guys would pair really, really well with a band called Graveyard from Sweden.
Yeah, like
You know them? Yeah, I think
Oh,
they'd be really good
yeah.
if you guys got together. And but I just think that both of you are just fantastic, and I wasn't expecting to see this collaboration, and that's my own fault because I wasn't following Professor Black on Facebook. I was following High Spirits on Facebook. I didn't see the photos, so I've corrected that on my part, Chris. Apologies. But
no problem.
yeah, but I think it's such a great pairing. And when I saw that Midnight Rider was coming back, I was excited. When I saw that Chris was the singer, I immediately wrote to Massacre. I said, just get me on with them at some point. I don't care. I don't care if it's at 8 a.m. Chicago time to wake up the singer. We got to do this. So anything else that you want to say to the fans before I let you go on and enjoy the rest of your Saturday?
Yeah, so me, so here it is. It's out now, available by, like Chris says, let's sell a million.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we will see. So, Chris, we see us again, in reality, and
Yeah, I hope so.
yeah, we play together or on another occasion. I don't care so much. So that's but I always when we met, it's not so often. Then I felt we have the good vibe and we have the same vibe, and it's when we one day we will repeat this, I would
Yes.
be really happy. If
Yes.
not, then no, it's okay.
Well, life is full of surprises, and I think to get the email from you, about singing for this album was one of those surprises. So, so I think anything could happen. Hopefully that we will be, on this side of the ground. We will be above the ground for many more years to come, and we just continue this adventure and do what we can together.
Yeah. And I'm not a vinyl guy, but I can imagine that this sounds great on vinyl. Like truly sonically superior on a vinyl release.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put a lot of effort into that. I bet you did. Yeah.
So-
And Massacre does a really good job with their packaging. Whoever
Yeah.
did this artwork is tremendous. Who did that?
It's a guy from here from Germany. It's called Paul Plasma, and he's just an artist. And I really like it because it's the contrast is so, the colors are so deep, and I like this so much.
It's the total opposite from Beyond the Blood Red Horizon.
Very different.
Yeah,
That's excellent.
Very different.
and it even bleeds through to the band photo right there. So wonderful stuff. I'm really, really glad that we had a chance to do this, and I appreciate both of you. Obviously, I'm a fan, and hopefully, Blummy, next time we talk, we get a chance to take one of these together as well.
Yeah,
right? All right. Special thanks again to Chris Black and Bloomy of Midnight Rider. The new album is Limited Infinity. It is available worldwide from our brilliant friends at Massacre Records. At the top, you heard a clip of the title track. Right now, you are hearing a clip of the Battle of Brighton, and during the interview, you also heard clips of Renegade and Twice the Pride. These are all tracks off of the brand new album, Limited Infinity. Be sure to check out Midnight Rider online through their Facebook and Instagram pages. Links are on this interview's show notes. I also have links to past interviews with Chris Black on this interview show notes as well. Hopefully they tour and we get a chance to do this again. For the meanwhile, pick up the album and be sure to make legitimate purchases of the music, merch, and fingers crossed for tickets to support hardworking artists like those in Midnight Rider. Head on over to jacemediamusic.com for more interviews, reviews, and live coverage. And of course, I've got a ton of hard rock and metal musician interviews, including My all-time favorite metal singer, John Bush of Armored Saint and Category 7. Warlord and Alcatraz singer, Giles Lavery. Guitar heroes like Herman Frank of Victory and Soren Anderson, guitar player for Glenn Hughes, Philip Schaus of Accept, and Fate's Warning singer, Ray Alder, and members of Temptress, Avatarium, Captain Blackbeard, and more. Special thanks, as always, to our fantastic founder and publisher, Glenn, and all of my Jace Media colleagues. And of course, special thanks to you, the worldwide Jace Media music audience. Look for Jace Media on Facebook and X and Instagram and basically every social media channel you can think of. I am Justin Smollison, proud Jace Media contributor from across the pond. Thank you again for tuning in. Keep coming back to jacemediamusic.com. I've got more video interviews on the way.